Sorry, still testing. I'm still trying to get the main, the other microphone. Sorry, still trying to get the microphone on. So just give me a few more minutes. I apologize. It has something to do with the mixer. I'm sure I can figure this out. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm sorry, I'm still learning a bit about the settings, but this is wonderful because I'm now able to control microphones, music, and everything. For those of you who've seen me struggling at home, I apologize for that. I had to run some live tests just to be sure that everything was fine. I also found, by the way, that I don't actually need the live streamer for that, but I think the audio is going to be a lot better now. I have now got a headset phone on, and to speak, and I speak directly into the microphone. I'm sure we get the settings even better. Um, I can switch between microphones. I can switch this microphone off. Not far away. Okay, quite far away. And now I'm speaking right into the microphone again. So it's uh, it's really wonderful. Now I can get music from the headsets and everything. So I must just find out where the correct levels is. This is actually where I need a need a need a sound person to not a sound person, but a sound engineer. Everyone whose sound can help. Anyway, good evening. It's a wonderful day here in White Rock. I just wanted to give you an update. Can you hear me okay? Can you just in the forum say yes or no? Um, okay, thank you very much. So yes, you can hear me. That's great. Um, so anyway, thank you for joining. Let me just tell you what happened the last day. So I figured out this wonderful audio mixer which I'm using now, which makes things a lot better. So you still will hear a little bit of a sound blowing into my mic, but that's because I'm talking to a headphone here. But it's not going to be so bad anymore, and I can switch over to the other mic now on the camera, which is much better. I've actually had a wonderful time this morning. I got up very early and went up with a bucket lift to get close-ups of the two, and I'm going to walk over to the other to my main camera and show them to you because it's quite remarkable. So I'll just do that now, and then we'll see how it develops. So I'm just going to switch over the mic. Okay, I'm just speaking into this mic. Can you all hear me? I'm just going to run back and see if this works. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm sprinting backwards and forwards. That's great. So it works. Wonderful. I'm absolutely delighted this works. That's great. Okay, I'll get the sound levels right. So just bear with me. We'll get it all figured out. But anyway, what I just wanted to show you was, you know, I spent last night taking some beautiful images, which some of them I put into the Dropbox, and this morning I've spent some time watching them, and it's clear that Jules is more dominant as far as I can tell. So Jules is definitely a female, and maybe Indy is a male, possibly. Difficult to say, but slightly more dominant, as far as I. I was just when I process them. Okay, I just heard my sound is on and off. I'm probably clipping somewhere, and I'm not sure where I'm clipping at the moment. The problem is I have to run backwards and forwards, so I apologize for that. Anyway, I was just um, showing. Let me see. Am I still there? Live. Let's see. Just get back to my sound and see if I'm still there. Oh yes, I am. Okay, very good. Anyway, what I wanted to say is I'll fix that clipping. I'm not sure at the moment where it comes if the sound drops on enough. I just wanted to say this morning we had excellent light, and I showed you some of the images. I mean, I'm sure you saw those, and it was really good light. And I think I got the best images last night and this morning, so I'll share them with you anyway. Okay, no more audio testing now. So I'll figure out where the clipping comes from. I don't think it's a big thing. Anyway, the other exciting thing is I've actually got 4 cameras working now here, not 3 but 4. Let me show you what I mean. Um, that's one camera. That's a second camera that I installed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange 2 webcams to give a very wide view of the complete bay. So you have both of them. And then of course I have my 200 millimeter. Sorry, that's the 800 and that's the 200. So we have actually 4 cameras going, which is really beautiful. I can put different effects in different cameras. I'm really quite pleased about that. 3 and 4 and 5. So if I take 4 and 5 here, yeah, there we have camera 4 and 5. That's a picture we can split. No, split vertical. And let me just do that. Do a beautiful vertical split, and if I do it correctly and set the cameras exactly next to each other, we should almost get a smooth transition of the whole, of the whole bay. So that's what I've been working on. That's also why I wasn't wasn't present yesterday, and just been working very hard to get all this right, and I just needed time. So I won't be here every evening because it doesn't make sense. I'd rather produce quality. And talking about quality, something bit of wind blowing there into the mic. Um, so I'll try and protect the mic from wind. What I wanted to say is uh, I am actually looking for help, especially with on the production side. I think the technical side is nearly completely solved now. I'm very happy with the ways I set, but what I would really mean on the production side is to make it more interesting. If there's somebody, of course, I would prefer someone from here who would actually be very good on the communication side. If you can advertise a Langley White Rock or so who's good on the communication side, we can put some music, of course, music that we're allowed to play, mix these things, make it more interesting and so on, because I think it's very tedious for me to run cameras, production, everything myself, and that's not going to be quality at all. I certainly don't think I can do that, and I shouldn't do that. I really would like to, you know, to have someone there who helps me. And if it's not possible to do it here in White Rock, then I would like very much, you know, to suggest maybe somewhere else, someone who logs in remotely and has very good communication skills and maybe some reporting skills, and will bring some life and some fire into this, because I think that's what it's all about. Um, so so it's quite important. Can you hear me okay now? It should be okay. Okay, I think we get the sound settings still right, but okay, yeah, I put the microphone down. Yeah, that's okay. Danny, yeah, you can happily volunteer and you can play with fire too. Everything, you know, everything's allowed, so that's fine. Um, you know, it would be good to get a bit of you know, music and so on in there too, which is very possible. I'll just show you that there's also that I can also do that. Let me just go back to my see if I can find this on YouTube. Um, at least my own song that I'm allowed to play. Let's see where they are, because you have to be very careful what you're allowed to play and what not. Let's just see. Just check this out where my channel is. Okay, let's see if I can bring the sound in. Not sure if I can do this now. Obviously haven't managed that yet. Hang on. There comes the train again. Okay, so I can obviously play music. just the train. Isn't that amazing? So I'm just going to switch the train off. Now that's the got it now, so I can control it. This is fantastic. So now I've got the external mic on and my own mic, and I'll switch that off now. Okay, so thank you also very much for having patience with me and behave yourselves. Otherwise, I'm going to blast you away when the train comes. Okay? Okay, I hope I won't be cutting in and out now. Should be working. I can see the sound level at least going up and down. So I'm standing next to my camera now, so that it should actually work. As you can see, the wind has changed again this morning. I think, yeah, the wind in the morning it's wonderful. Probably Saturday morning I'll give a show probably from 7 to 10 in the morning, simply because the light is, we're going to be on the other side, and the light is just so magnificent. And you can, you know, it's a big difference, and also because the wind mainly blows, um, you know, facing me. That means that the birds would be turning away. But yesterday evening I was able to take magnificent photos, and I'm actually glad I didn't give any broadcast, because I would have never had the peace to take such beautiful images, which is only to your benefit anyway. So now you have to face with the backs, with the actors facing the other side. It's just the way it is, and we'll have to see what happens. But I've got a small surprise for you, so I'm just going to switch over to the other camera. show you in a moment what I'm seeing here. Okay, now let's look at this gentleman here. I think that's par. I certainly think this is par. Let me just go back and yeah, it's very tricky sometimes to move the camera because it's fully loaded with cables, and the smallest movement at this magnification, um, you know, certainly makes it difficult. Let's see if we can get this wonderful gentleman in here. He is facing this, he's sitting more on the west side, on the perch tree where he also sits in the morning. I think I don't know if it's par or ma, it's difficult to see, I can't see the beak properly, but anyway, sitting obviously more exposed to the sun there. So both Pa is facing the other way and the other eagle, you know, the small eagles are also facing the other way, which is really peculiar. But let's see what happens. Yes, I just got a message from Tina thinking it's my. I would agree. I think so. The beak is a lot broader. It's correct. Thank you, Tina. I think that's correct. It's very sharp, quite a sharp image. As you can see, they're still still facing the other way. So both Ma and those two, Indy and Jules, are facing the other way. It's rather amusing. Here we're looking from where I'm sitting in easterly direction, and this is in westerly direction. And that's the view on the bay at the moment. As you can see, it's really beautiful. That's the second view on the bay, so we have 4 cameras now. Anyway, coming back to my question, if anybody wants to help produce, I'd be very delighted. I know it's a bit difficult with time and so on, but I have the same problem. It doesn't always have to be there, but maybe it's, if there's anybody in the area who likes communication and likes speaking, very welcome to take the microphone and take some, bit of get a bit of life in here. That's great, wonderful, because then I can concentrate more on the cameras. There's just so much to do for me now. I've got the audio mixer, I've got the cameras. I'm running basically everything here, and it's just difficult to get it right, and also keep the level of interest going. So I don't think that's really possible with one person. It's too much. There's a question from the forum. Christian, may I ask how much the cameras cost on average? Well, the problem is, um, if if you want a standard deviation, then the average doesn't give you anything, because if I add two cameras and two cameras, it won't give you much, because the standard deviation from the average is so large that the average is meaningless, because I've got two webcams. I've got an 800 millimeter there, and I've got a 300 millimeter there. Okay. So if I divide the total by four, that will only give you a very, very, if I have 10 webcams here and one large camera and take the average, then you say, oh, well, that's not so bad. Maybe if I have 100 webcams here and one large camera, you say, oh, well, I can buy that at Walmart too. So, so the average doesn't mean very much. So I think you need to rephrase your question. Okay, you can see immediately when I switch over, to the other camera, to the other microphone, we pick up the beautiful, much better the songbird. So I'm so delighted I can mute myself here, which I'm doing now. I don't think you should have. What I wanted to say is I don't think you should have any technical problems now, um, because they certainly are not arising from my side. Before, when I was switching off the audio from one to the next, um, I think I was causing some of the problems, but at the moment I cannot see that anymore, because I have one audio stream now, and I can switch between several video streams, so I shouldn't be the culprit here. I think if you have problems, that could be your browser or could be other problems, but I don't think that these are related to my broadcast. Okay, one of the questions here was in the forum that I just saw. Yeah, if by the way, if you're watching, thank you for joining. There's no need to join the forum just to be there. It's just that I see the questions more clearly in the forum. If you want to know what forum I'm talking about the www.whiterockecochat.com. They have a tab for chats. And if you want to, you can join there. It certainly helps me because I can see the questions much better. So it's that way of communication is actually very effective. Um, yeah, and anyway, so if I refer to questions, I will try and say, okay, I'm referring to questions from the White Rock Eagle chat, and the question here is, Christian, give us a bigger picture. What you need to raise to keep the wonderful cam in person going? I think I have a lot of energy as long as I'm, as long as I can maintain my health, which is fine, by the way. I'm glad to go. I have, as you know, a lot of energy, and I feel very inspired, and I'm very glad also that Tina helps me very often. That's a big inspiration. Rosanna helps me very much. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for all the support I get in the chat room. What I really would wish to have, I don't need any financial help. I'm not looking for these things. What I'm looking for more is support just to keep the thing going. If someone just comes along in the evening and says, "Hey, let me do the broadcasting. Oh, I've got something interesting on eagles to tell here. Or I've got another story that's interesting. Oh, I've met this wildlife photographer. Oh, I've met that person. I'm going to bring them in." I think that's what's going to make this broadcast more special. And really keep it alive. And I'm very, very grateful. I don't want to be the main producer, the one in control and everything. I'm very, very glad to share good ideas and carry on with that, okay? And if it's not possible to do that here locally, then the other possibility is to do it externally. I can give remote control access to someone who understands the system. It's not a problem, and some of this can be controlled remotely. It gives me some freedom also, because I can operate the cameras then, and I think we can get a remote mic in too. So all these things are possible now. I'm happy to say, and that's really what I would like, is just more support on the really interesting thing. That's the production side, right? So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, enjoy the music. Um, by the way, this is especially to Danny. If you know of any music that I'm legally allowed to play, I mean, it would be wonderful could you just play music from YouTube. Unfortunately, that's not allowed. I don't know how YouTube gets away with it. I've never understood this, but if there's any free music that you know that you like, let me know. Give me the links, okay? And I'm very happy to blend that type of any music in. If you know of any friends that you have that produce high quality music, happy to blend it in, okay? Yeah, I just saw in the forum that they're happy to give some alternative music. That's great. Just send it in, and let's see if it's popular. That's fine with me. Anything that we can find that is interesting, great. And technology is getting better now. I'm going to turn the camera now back to the juveniles because I can just see that there's some flapping going along, and they're finally, one of them is facing our direction. It looks to me like Jules. So I'm going to put in camera 2 and leave you with a bit of music for now whilst I turn the large camera back on them. They're actually so active at the moment, it's amazing. So I can hardly leave the camera on them, but I think you're going to see some very amusing things now. I'm going to put the other mic on. That's the line, back to the line now, so you can hear the sound around us. Yeah, see that they've just disappeared again. Ma is more active on the other side, so I'm probably going to turn the camera back on her. So I'm going to give you a view just of the beautiful scenery we have here, and turn the camera around again. Okay, I'm just going to blend in my. It's difficult to see like this, but I'm just going to blend in very quickly my email address. If any of you don't know yet, I've got lots of beautiful images that are free for listeners here. My email address is blended in. You can see it. So just send me an email and say you would like a link to Dropbox. Dropbox is a free well, I nearly said it's a free Dropbox, but it's a free folder that you can use for exchanging images and documents. And I use it for images, and I put high quality resolution images in there. I add new ones nearly on a daily basis now. At the moment, there are about 20 images in, and they're going to increase a lot. And especially the recent images are really beautiful from this morning, as I showed you earlier. So you're very welcome to send me an email. Just say request for Dropbox. I'll be happy to add you. Thank you. Uh, this is rather incredible. Look at this. Beautiful. You have both of them next to each other. I've not seen that before. I'm going to try and take a few images. This is really exceptional. It's so beautiful. So I'm just going to take oh my goodness. Wow. 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 I'm just going to try and take a few images of them. I have not seen anything like this before. That's exceptional. So I'm going to switch over to the other camera for a moment and try and take a few images for you. I'm still carrying on. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. This is absolutely magnificent. Okay, so give me a few more minutes, um, and I'll put them into Dropbox. This is really exceptional what I see at the moment. I'm getting super sharp images of both of them. So just hang on. I'm going to switch over in a moment. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure if you heard, for the first time you heard my camera going in the background. Did you actually manage to hear that? Um, if you could hear the camera rattle off. I'm not sure if that was possible to hear. Um, you can hear how many pictures I took, so it's really magnificent what's going on there. I'm going to take a few more. Okay, as you can see, true twins, absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. I'm also recording this live now. That's the best I've ever seen. Jules is very active, extremely active. Well, they're absolutely marvelous, marvelous performers today. I think they've been practicing, you know. So congratulations to them. And the wind is just in the right direction. It's actually changed a bit. Perfect wind because they're facing this direction now. So I'm very happy. Okay, one question was, do I think that Jules will fledge first? That's a very good point. I think that's very, very likely. This morning I could also see Jules was when Pa came in. Jules was the first one to grab the food, and Indy was waiting. So Jules is absolutely the more active one, and very likely to fledge first. Although I've seen Indy practice a lot too. Um, if I look back on 2012 with Echo and Foxy, although Echo definitely the female and Foxy really very much probably the male. Um, although Echo is more dominant, they more or less fledged it on the same day. I really hope that I will be able to cover that day live. I must be taking very careful look now at them. What happens in the next days? You know, it could go much faster than we think. Would not surprise me. They've been practicing a lot. This morning I took some incredible video footage of India. I think it was Indy, if I remember correctly. You know, doing some, you know, really lifting off, doing some significant jumps. If they go more to, I'm just going to show the other view. You can see where the camera is on the left, right? If you look to the left now, you can see the camera. And once they start going there, then they are really airborne. That's how I remember it from Echo and Foxy, at least. When they get onto that branch, that's the dangerous branch. You know, they're not. I don't know. Maybe they've been there during the day. I don't know. Maybe I've missed that. But anyway, that left branch is the decisive branch.